Hello. Welcome to episode 1 of Good Time with Mike Mancusi. I don't know why I started off so robotically. I'm Mike Mancusi. If you couldn't deduce that by the fact that I'm the only person on camera talking into a ridiculous looking microphone. Thank you for listening. If you're listening to this, you probably follow me from one of my other social medias, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you. This whole year for me has been around content creation. Prior to this, I was doing stand-up comedy. I have a day job that I like. I was just like, I'm just going to do my day job in stand-up comedy. Now that sounds terrible. I have slowly become a content person. I never wanted to be content person, but here I am being content person. Before I get into that, I want to let you know what this show is going to be about, okay? I like making people feel good. That's why I've called it Good Time. It's going to be good time. Sometimes it can be great time. It will occasionally be great time. Occasionally it might be bad time. It could be bad time sometimes. But everything's going to net out to good, okay? I like making people feel good. It's always held me back as a comedian that I don't really like to make fun. I don't really like to punch down. I don't really like to make fun of people. And now I'm making myself sound like I'm just above it. I'm above it. No, I'm not. It's not above or below. It's just my brain doesn't work that way. It doesn't really work to hurt. And again, I'm making myself sound like a saint or whatever. The only people I really enjoy making fun of are people who truly deserve it, like Mayor Eric Adams. I don't like. I'm not going to talk politics. I really don't. I don't like Eric Adams. I'm actually literally not going to talk politics, but I don't like Eric Adams. I've never liked him. I just think he's been an idiot since day one. People were getting pushed on the subway tracks, and then he'd just be like, "It's not that bad down there." Stop. And just like, you don't even take the subway. All right, I'm not going to go down that route. I like making people feel good, and I like talking into a thing. No, I don't. I really don't. I never wanted to do this or be this, but it is what I'm doing. I also just think that like there should be more straight white guys talking about stuff on the internet. I think that's a really important niche that I want to hit. There's not enough straight white opinions. I just feel like everything that happens in society, everyone's always just like, but what do straight white males think about this? So I want to make sure that I'm satiating that pain that people have, that hunger that people have for more straight white guys talking about stuff. I joke around a lot. So it can be kind of hard to tell when I'm joking and when I'm not. It's gotten me into trouble in a lot of relationships in my life. But you'll pick it up. You'll see. You'll get it based on context. It's always the context. It's hard to tell when I'm joking because it's like there's no difference in my tone or inflection or mannerisms or like anything about me between when I say something serious and when I say something jokingly. It's context, and you understand. And when you understand what's going on up here in the old noggin for Mikey, you'll get it. But anyway, thank you for listening. You know, what was I saying? You might follow me from one of my other social medias, and thank you for that. That's been my big push this year, is like trying to build up my social medias, and it's worked to a degree on a small scale at this point. Here's what I've learned about achieving stuff, though. Everything you want is going to come at a cost. So my big thing this year has been to focus on content, focus on every single day, writing something, putting something out, blah, blah, blah. That's all been great. It's worked. I've far surpassed my goals. I wanted to get to like 100K on TikTok and 20K on Instagram by the end of the year or something like that. I've like, whatever, doubled that. It's also ruined my brain. It's ruined my brain. I'm so horribly addicted to my stupid phone. I've wanted to check my phone 7 times since I've started this episode, and I'm 4 minutes in. And I keep forgetting I can't check my phone because I'm filming it on my phone. And it's giving me anxiety that I can't even look at my phone because I guess it's a little bit satisfying that the phone is at least being used to film me right now. So like that is satisfying my addiction, but it's a problem. It's horrible. One of the viral posts I had online was about how like everybody's feeling this whole like we don't really live in reality anymore. It's because we're in the phone. That's what my whole post was about. We're in the phone. We're not in reality. We're living in the phone. And we're human beings. We're organic creatures. And our brains and our dopamine receptors, our like make us feel good, like enjoying life receptors, have been connected to something that's happening in this artificial device. And it's destroying it. And in terms of like the mental health crisis in general, it's obviously a convoluted thing. There's a lot of things that factor into it, but this thing is one of the main things. Everybody's just like, why in the past 4 years, why is the mental health crisis at hand? We're all in the phones. It's the phones. They're not going to talk. They're not going to tell you it's the phones because they're the phones. They are the phones. They're the government. They're the tech company. Like, they're the phones. They're not going to tell you to study. They think they're going to tell you to stop using it. Of course they're not. It's a horrible thing. My brain, it's like every waking moment is some kind of connection to my phone. I'm thinking about how much my followers are growing. I'm thinking about how my last post is doing. If I am experiencing something organically in life, I'm thinking about, oh, could this be content? Could this be a joke? Would people... It's like, what the hell? Cyborgs, like cyborgs. Actually, it'd be better to be a cyborg because this would mean that like we're actually connected to technology if we're a cyborg. We're not cyborgs. We're human. We're an animal. And we're so reliant on this thing. And that's been what I've been struggling with this year is like, now, like, yeah, I'm making content and I'm achieving my goals, whatever, but now it's come at this cost. And like, I've noticed that's a common theme in all of life. Is like, you can have what you want, but it's going to come at a cost. So whatever version of it that you get, there's always going to be negatives, which is why you shouldn't really attach yourself so heavily to like outcomes in life. I don't know. I just had a thought and I forgot it. So part of this, I'm not good at this yet. So if you listen to this, I sincerely appreciate you because I'm not going to be good at this for a little while. To start something, you need to be bad at it when you first start. And that's what I'm going to be. Bad is a stretch. It'll be good because it's a good time. All right. Then eventually when I get great at this, it'll be a great time. But yeah, like pursuing, what was I talking about? Pursuing goals, whatever. I don't think like, I think a lot of people think that achieving a goal is what happiness is. Like that is not what happiness is. Because a lot of times when you do achieve that goal, you just have a new set of problems. To me, happiness is just finding the peace and meaning in every single day. And working towards something. Part of why like happiness can't be a outcome or like some kind of achievement is because those achievements, even if you work very hard, are only going to happen every 5 years, right? So that means that like that's if you live to 70, that's 14 moments of happiness that you get to have. Like that's not, and that's if you're starting when you're a baby, which you don't have any achievements. Like your achievements when you're a baby are just like, oh great, I didn't choke on an apple today. That's an achievement for a baby. I'm making sure that I'm not showing the logo. Oh, you can see the logo. Giving out free advertising. What happiness is to me is it's every single day loving who you're surrounded by and loving what you're doing. Try to have some kind of new experience. Like that's part of why family is so valuable, is because families provide like almost like a television show every single day with a new thing that happens. That's what stand-up has done for me. That's what comedy has done for me. It's like a new experience every day, even if it's technically the same thing. I don't value anything in life more than like your loved ones. Those people matter the most of anything. And just having that every day, being surrounded by love, working towards something that you feel connected to, that you want to be working towards, Like that's like having that peace in every day is what happiness is. And then those big grandiose achievements that you have, those are just, yeah, icing on the cake. But I don't really think that those things are really what you think about at the end of your life. I've always tried to, sorry for burping. I don't know if you could hear that. Or you probably could. It's a good microphone. Sorry for burping. I burped. I won't do that anymore. I might do it occasionally. Part of like, see, I lost my train of thought again. Yeah, I've just seen, I think another thing that factors into the mental health thing is that like we've had to make these sacrifices of thinking about like pursuing what we're passionate about or having a family. And that's, you really shouldn't be having to choose between those two things. And it comes down to money. Money sucks. It sucks. It has no connection to our intrinsic meaning or value in life. It is an external thing that we created, and it has corrupted our entire society and all of our souls because we don't pursue the things that we are passionate about. We don't care about the things that are just driving us through life. We just care about trying to obtain this thing, this made up thing, similar to the phones. It's not a part of our organic being. It's an external thing, right? And I think that that's why a lot of people struggle, because it's like you have to choose between pursuing your dreams and obtaining this thing a lot of the time. And then without that thing, you can't have a family, and you can't have shelter, you can't have food, you can't have all the things that you need to be happy in life. So like I've always looked at my own personal health in like 4 components. It's financial health, my mind, my body, and my soul. And I try to satisfy all of those areas. And I'm deeply unhappy, don't get me wrong. So it's not working, but that's how I've thought about it. It's a thought, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm doing all right. I was not doing all right for a long time, but I'm doing all right now. And that's why I'm doing this, because I want to work towards something that I'm passionate about. This is what I like to do. I like to talk. The difference is I've always just talked into my brain. I talk to nobody. Now I want to talk to people. Anyway, what other stupid stuff can I talk about? P. Diddy. Am I right? What a silly guy that is, huh? Doing lots of silly stuff. Yeah, what a piece of crap. Here's what I wonder about celebrities. First of all, stop worshiping celebrities. They're bad people. They probably wouldn't want to be celebrities if they were good people. The most normal, well-adjusted, happy people I know want no part of any sort of fame. I'm surrounded by a lot of comedians, and everybody looks at quote unquote normies. Don't mean that disparagingly. It is kind of used disparagingly though, especially right now in this context. As like, they're like, you know, a lot of creatives look at these people and go, oh, they're not even happy in life. They didn't pursue what they want to pursue. I'm pretty sure the normal people are the most happy people I see. And people are like, yeah, but like, are they really happy? Yeah, incredibly. Most of them, not everybody. Sometimes people don't pursue their dreams. Sometimes people have dreams. Yeah, some people don't have dreams. Some people just want a family. Some people just like, they're simple, right? That's the way to be. Having dreams is bad, because then when you don't achieve them, you get sad. But I do think that every human being should have something that they're working towards. That's why, like, everybody thinks that, like, yeah, oh yeah, I want to be an actor, I want to be a rock star. Like, no, like that doesn't have to be it. It can be something very small. It can be, I want to woodwork. Like, it could be whatever you. I really think every human being has that. They have something inside them that they're passionate about, and a lot of people aren't in touch with it. They think it's because there's something wrong with them. I don't think that's the case. I think a lot of times it's just, it was suppressed in your childhood. Maybe you had a thing for drawing, you drew a thing. Maybe your mom and dad came over and said that drawing sucks. And then you're like, all right, I'll never do that again. So a lot of time it's formed in childhood. It's like, you don't even, if it was suppressed, you don't really even know. And it can take years of therapy to uncover it. But I do think that everybody should have something that they're really passionate about. For me, that's comedy. I like the work. I like my day job. I like the work that I do. I like basketball. I love basketball. I still play basketball. It's ridiculous. I'm about to be 34 years old. I still play men's league basketball, and I care. I care. I get mad. The only thing in life I get mad, like truly mad, to the point where I'll get in a fight. Mind you, I'll get my ass kicked. And I'm willing to in that moment because I'm so mad over this men's league basketball game that I'm like, I'll get my ass kicked. I don't care. I don't know what it is. I get so mad and then I get so embarrassed. Like I get in these moments where I get in like a heated exchange with somebody during a basketball game. And then I just go home 2 hours later after I've calmed down and I'm like, you're such a sad person. Like, what are you doing? Why are you getting in an argument in a men's league basketball game? It's because I love it. I don't know I love it. I just love it. I've always loved basketball. And I wasn't even naturally the best at basketball. I've always been a great 3-point shooter, but like I was probably better at baseball. I was probably more naturally better at football too. But I just always loved basketball. That's why I've always gone towards basketball because I just love to do it. And I just think for people, it's important to find those things and build it into your life. Like I don't have any aspirations with basketball. I mean, I could still make the G League, I think. It was a joke. But I just do it because I love it. It's just what I love to do. It's therapy for me. It's just a part of me. And that's the way I see comedy. That's the way I see other things that I do. But yeah, with the old content, it's different. Live comedy is a very different animal than this online stuff. There's pros and cons to both. The online stuff is not as rewarding, but it's also not as damaging when it doesn't do well. You just kind of move on. With stand-up, it puts some serious hair on the old chest. And by the old chest, I mean your emotional well-being when you bomb. I mean, you get used to it. That's one of the top questions. Do you ever bomb? It's like, yeah, bomb all the time. That's how you get good at stuff. This is how you get good. Bombing is how you get good. This is why I'm doing this right now. I don't think I'm going to be good at it right away, but I will be great at it eventually. But you got to start. You got to be bad. One of my favorite phrases in all of life is the first step to being good at something is being bad. You have to start. You have to go. And you can't let the failures deter you whatsoever. Those are the most successful people I see in life. Are the ones that like failure. They don't even it doesn't even register in their brain. They're just like, no, I'm dope. And then it doesn't matter how many times they screw up. They're just like, I'm great at this. And eventually they become right. So yeah, bombing and stand-up. Everybody always wants to know what bombing is like. It's like, I mean, there's varying degrees of bombing. There's like there's just like bad sets where you get off and you go, that was not good. And then there's like bombs where, you know, I don't like to blame the crowd. Sometimes it's a bad crowd or a tough crowd, whatever. I don't think that's the norm, that it's a bad crowd. Normally, I think it's on the comedian. It happens. It does happen though. There are bad crowds. Like people think, no, the crowd's never bad. No, there are bad crowds, like truly bad crowds. So then there's like bombs where, yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe you just had a weird day or whatever, you know, you're just not in your groove or weird crowd, whatever. Those hurt, but you shake them off. But then there's bombs that live deep in your soul. I have bombs that are just ingrained in my being. It's crazy that I just think about randomly. Like normally if I have something go wrong, you know how it starts that like, oh, this thing went wrong. And then, oh, you should think about that time when you screwed that up when you were 16. And now you should think about that other failure that you had when you were like, it always leads to like one of those bombs, man. But it's good. It's good for you. It's good for you to have that. Like, put yourself through pain and discomfort is what I'm saying. not physical pain. Everybody's always so afraid to make themselves uncomfortable. That's how you get great, is becoming comfortable in the discomfort. But yeah, so bombing stand-up can be very damaging. But bombing online isn't really it's not the same. It sucks. I get frustrated, but whatever. Like, it's a bad post, whatever. On the other side of it, killing in stand-up is euphoria, unlike basically anything I've experienced in life. Having a post do well feels good, but it's not the same. Again, it's organic versus artificial. All of these little bots, or not bots, they're real people. You might be one of the people listening. All of those people in my comment section being, with the laugh face emoji and stuff, like, yeah, that all feels good. It feels good. It's not the same though. It is not the same intrinsic fulfillment that being in front of a crowd of people and these jokes that you've probably spent weeks bombing with, now doing well for people. It's sex. It's like, it's the best thing of all time. The other downside of this online stuff is that you don't really get to work out jokes. Like, people think that you just you write a joke and then you go tell it and it works or it doesn't. That's not what happens. Typically, even with great jokes, it starts as you thought of an idea, you wrote it a certain way, you go tell it, you get feedback. Normally it's okay, there was something in there that I liked based on how I told it, based on the idea. There was something in there that I liked, but now I need to rework it. I need to try it another way. And then you try it another way, and then you're like, okay, now there's something else I like, but this isn't working anymore. So then you need to build in another idea. And that's how you put great jokes together. With online content, you just say it, and you put it out. You don't get to build. You don't get to a workshop or move things around. I have a post going kind of viral-ish right now about my bald cat. And I thought of such a better punchline to the joke, and I can't do it. It sucks. But that also hurts comedy in general, because it shouldn't just be you just say it this one way and it's done. We don't have to talk about stand-up all the time. Let's talk about P. Diddy, since that's topical. And by P. Diddy, I mean, I'm not going to talk about P. Diddy. I'm growing very sick and disillusioned with the concept of celebrities and why everybody's so obsessed with celebrities. It's weird. Stop. You don't even know. You don't know them. People always are like, I can't believe this person did this. You don't know who they are. You have no clue who they are. It shouldn't be surprising to you that they wind up being horrible people. A lot of the time, if somebody really seeks fame out, they're probably a bad person in general. And that's not true. I literally just said that while I'm trying to gain a YouTube following. So I recognize the hypocrisy. But a lot of times, there's a difference between being a celebrity and being an artist. I look at things I want to have a following because I like giving to people. I like giving my art, whatever that is. It could be comedy or whatever, right? That's what I like to do. So the larger my reach, the more of influence I feel like I have, the more fulfilling it is to me, because I feel like my words actually matter to people and that it's actually really impacting people. And being a celebrity is just you just want people to fawn over you. I want no part of that. But this isn't about me, okay? Even though I just spent the last 22 minutes talking about me. When you're idolizing a celebrity, you really need to think about what are you idolizing? I'm not saying it's bad to have idols. I think it's good to have idols. You should have people that you look up to, but it should be somebody because what they're doing is positively moving your life forward. And that could be somebody who's very successful within a particular trade or interest or thing that you care about. So you want to emulate their success. You want to like understand what this person did to get where they're at so that you can emulate that and you can get that same level within this trade. Or it could be somebody like my idols have always been people that either inspire me or like for me, it's been comedians because they make me laugh. They help me get through hard times. A lot of comedians have really shaped the way that I view the world, and they've shaped like who I am. And it's made me a better person. Those are the people that I idolize, people that move my life forward. And that I think is good. But these just random celebrities that are just like, you know, what do they even do? Oh, because they're on the screen and they're so silly and they're so, oh my God, she did that and she texted her own mom and she said that. Why? I really think that like a lot of times people worship a celebrity because there's something that they don't like about themselves that they see in this person. So get in touch with whatever that is within yourself. Obsess over your own life and your own well-being with that same vigor that you obsess over this random weirdo. And then you might love yourself more. It's just strange to obsess over someone. Even if you do idolize someone to the point, once you get to the point where you need to like know what's going on in their personal life, it's weird. A lot of the time, they also didn't even get to where they're at because they're talented. Like that's one thing I've seen from being in showbiz, whatever that is. Most of what you see float to the top is not talent. And that's obviously not always the case. There's obviously unbelievably talented people that will rise to the top. A lot of time it's just somebody who knows the right person, whose dad was something, who has a trust fund that they can afford to fund their way to the top. Like a lot of the time it doesn't have anything to do with talent. What you're seeing in a lot of celebrities is just a very carefully curated image that a marketing or like a business team has built around an individual because there was some level of marketability. So as this business grows, it gives this person a God complex. And it's not anything other than marketing. Okay? It's not this person actually being dope. We all fawn over the wrong people. The people that should be fawned over are the people that actually positively impact society, that like really help people, that really do things for people, that really come up with ideas and products and things that are like help, like good, that do good for a lot of people. These celebrities don't do that. Most of them. Obviously, there are celebrities that are good people. Anyway, somehow that was about P. Diddy. No, it's just because I don't know. I always wonder if they were bad people before they became celebrities or if becoming a celebrity made them a bad person. That's always interesting to me to think about. Because I do think that, again, if you're really just pursuing fame, I've seen these people that just they just want to be famous. They're either a bad person or severely damaged. Because it's a very unhealthy pursuit. Like I have this aunt who's a judge and she just loves judging. So I always wonder, like, have you always just been judgmental and that's what made you become a judge? Or did you just like wind up down the judge path and you're just like, hell yeah, I love judging. And now you just judge people, at the dinner table or whatever. I don't know. But just stop. Like, this is why, like, it gives them a God complex. Of course they have a God complex. They have millions and millions of people that worship them for no reason. And then they wind up doing horrible things. All right, I'm going to wrap up. It's been 30 minutes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show. I need to stop I need to just be secure and hope that you then just believe that you did. If you listened, I thank you. And this will be the first episode of many. And I hope it was good. Not bad or great, just good. I don't expect it to be great. I don't think it was bad. But I think it was good. All right. See you next week. Bye.